My name is Mr. Reaper. That's number 1 on this list. Top 10 pirate executions, ranked by what the logbooks, court records, and preserved artifacts actually documented. Not legend, not Hollywood. Evidence. Let's count down. Number 10. Marooning. They didn't execute you, they made you choose. One small island, no fresh water, a bottle of water, a bottle of rum, a pistol with 1 bullet. Shoot an animal for food, shoot yourself, or wait, and slowly lose your mind. Alexander Selkirk survived 4 years on Juan Fernandez Island in 1704. His account became Robinson Crusoe. Skeletal remains from uninhabited Bahamian islands show advanced scurvy, extreme malnutrition, and in some cases a single bullet hole in the skull. They gave you the gun. Most used it. Number 9. Flogging to death. 200 lashes with the cat o' 9 tails. 9 leather straps. Each one knotted at the end. Each knot designed to tear, not just strike. By 50 lashes, the skin was gone. By 100, the muscle was exposed. By 200, your ribs were visible to anyone watching. The Royal Navy's Articles of War, 1749, explicitly permitted flogging until death. They used it. Joseph Hagan, 1846, USS Independence. 600 lashes in a single session. He lived 3 days. Naval cemeteries at Greenwich and Hassler preserve the evidence. Skeletons with parallel linear cuts deep into the vertebrae, and in some cases, fragments of knotted leather still embedded in calcified scar tissue. The rope left pieces of itself in the bone, 200 years later, still there. Number 8. Hanging from the yardarm. No gallows, no drop, no quick death. Your crewmates pulled the rope from the deck below. 15-20 minutes strangling in open air while the entire fleet watched. No fall to break your neck, just the rope. Admiral John Byng, 1757. Executed on HMS Monarch for not trying hard enough in battle. Voltaire wrote about it. Pour encourager les autres. Gradual hyoid fracture, not the clean cervical snap of a proper gallows. Your neck didn't break. You choked. In public. The whole fleet watching was the point. Number 7. Burned by the Inquisition. In the Caribbean, being a Protestant pirate captured by the Spanish wasn't just a crime, it was heresy. And heresy belonged to the Inquisition, a mass, a public auto da fe. Then fire. Excavations at Cartagena's Quemadero reveal layers of charcoal with human bone fragments dated to the 17th century. English pirates captured at Veracruz ended up in Spanish Inquisition records, not British naval courts. The Inquisition got them first. Number 6. Walking the plank. It actually happened, just less than Hollywood says. Fewer than 50 documented cases in 300 years. Blindfolded, hands tied, no drama. You walked until there was no more wood. Then shark-infested water. Hands bound, eyes covered. George Wood, a survivor from 1769, left memoirs. The first confirmed logbook record is from 1822. It happened, with considerably less ceremony. Number 5. Sweating. Specific to the golden age of piracy. No land equivalent existed. You've never heard of this one because it only happened on ships. The crew formed a circle around the mainmast, armed with short knives and lit candles. The prisoner was placed in the center. Then the music started. A fiddle, usually. Sometimes a squeeze box. The prisoner was forced to run around the mast. If they stopped, or slowed, the crew cut them. Not deep enough to kill, just enough to bleed. And they kept running, for hours, until they collapsed, until they bled out, until the music stopped. Edward Lowe invented this, or perfected it. So brutal that other pirates refused to sail with him. Cotton Mather documented cases in Boston in 1724. Sworn depositions from Lowe's captured crew described the sweating in detail. They called it entertainment. Number 4. Keelhauling. Dutch invention, 1560s. Formalized by the VOC, the Dutch East India Company. The hull of a ship after months at sea was covered in barnacles, calcium carbonate shells sharp enough to cut rope clean through. Keel hauling, tied to a long rope threaded under the keel, thrown off one side of the ship, dragged underneath the entire hull, pulled up the other side. If you didn't drown on the way through, the barnacles did the work. Your face came up unrecognizable. The severe version, 3 passes, sometimes 7. A sailor on the Amsterdam, 1726, survived 3 passes. The official record describes his body as of no recognizable human form. Dutch naval cemeteries in Rotterdam and Vlissingen preserve the forensic evidence. Laceration patterns consistent with barnacle edges combined with salt water in the lung tissue. Officially abolished in 1853, it took them nearly 300 years to decide it was too much. Number 3. Beheading and Display. 5 bullets. 20 sword cuts. Blackbeard was still standing. November 22nd, 1718. Ocracoke Inlet. Lieutenant Maynard drew his sword and removed the head, hung it from the bowsprit, sailed back to Virginia with the most feared pirate swinging from the front. The crew swore the headless body swam 3 times around the ship before it sank. Maynard collected $100. The location is still called Teach's Hole. Number 2. Drawn and quartered. Attack a British ship in wartime. Piracy becomes treason. 5 steps, formalized by the Treason Act of 1351. Dragged through the streets by horse to the scaffold. Hanged, not to death, almost to death. Cut down while still conscious. Eviscerated while alive. Intestines burned in front of you. Decapitated. Body cut into 4 pieces. Each piece dispatched to a different port across the empire. Boston received an arm. Jamaica received a leg. London kept the head. John Quelch, Boston, 1704. First mass pirate execution in American history. He and his crew hanged for attacking Portuguese ships. Portuguese, who were British allies at the time. The Old Bailey Sessions papers contain the full transcripts. Available online today. They sent pieces of people through the postal routes of an entire empire, and nobody along those routes was allowed to look away. Number 1. Execution Dock. 3 Tides. The Gibbet. May 23rd, 1701. Wapping, London. Captain William Kidd. The rope broke on the first attempt. Kidd fell into the mud, semi-conscious, alive. He climbed back up the scaffold himself. The second rope held. 25 minutes. No drop. Deliberately short. Slow strangulation. When it was over, they waited for the tide. 3 tides. The Thames rose and fell over his body 3 times. Roughly 36 hours. Then they coated him in tar. Then they brought out the gibbet, an iron cage, custom made, built to fit 1 man, raised at the entrance of the Thames. Every ship entering London passed beneath it. For 20 years, every captain, every sailor, every trader coming up the river saw the same thing. The cage, the shape inside, the message. Original gibbet cages are preserved in the Royal Cornwall Museum and Moyses Hall Museum. You can look at one today. The iron is still there. Mr. Reaper's verdict. The sea gave their executioners 300 years of open water and creative time, and they used every minute of it. Justice on the ocean had no witnesses, no courts, no appeals, just the captain, the crew, and whatever they decided the crime deserved. Subscribe. Next video, we go deeper. Mr. Reaper will see you on the other side.